on this webinar is to show you the reports and the features that are available and how to create those in the KReady system. The first two for the early learning, there are 2 reports available at any time. You, as a building administrator, can pull these reports. The first one is the SKB ratings report, and this will show all 72 SKBs reported in the KReady system by the teachers when they do the scoring. The second one there is the learning progression report for EMIS. Again, this can be pulled both during and after. And this is going to show the 24 SKBs that are required for the 10 learning progressions. For the KRA, there are 5 different reports that can be pulled as a building administrator. As you can see, 4 of those you can pull during the assessment period. There's only one that you can pull after. And we'll go ahead and just state that is the KRA ISA report. And this is for building administrators, can be pulled after the window closes, which is November 1st. Usually I would say probably about the 2nd week to 3rd week in November, but again, we will definitely inform everybody when that does happen. The KRA percentage completion report shows a percentage of the students who have completed the full KRA, all of the 50 items. The KRA completion by item report shows how many students have completed each item of the KRA. The language and literacy report shows the actual language and literacy scale score for each of those students that have completed that portion of the KRA. And the domain data export, this shows all 4 domains, the mathematics, the social foundations, all of those, each one, and shows the total scores for each of those students. The building administrative features, as we stated just now, is the reports that you can pull during and after. There is also after, for KRA only, is the data displays, which are interactive charts and graphs for presenting that data for your district, for your location. And then after that is you have the archives, and this can be pulled during and after. And it's what you pull as report-wise during previous data collection. So for instance, last year's KRA, if you pulled certain reports and you want to go back and kind of look, you're able to see as long as you pulled those reports. So this portion here, we're actually, when you log in, just in case, you know, anybody new here, we want to make sure everybody knows your username and your password, how to get into the KReady system. I'm going to go to ohio.kready.org. Your username will usually be your entire email address and the password. Again, if you forget your password, just simply click forgot password, and it'll go through the steps to recover your password. When you log in, this is the welcome screen. And you will, at this point, you're going to click at the top where you see the yellow circle. You're going to click the administration. And this will bring you to your dashboard. For administrators, you're going to see the dashboard, your data displays, your reports, and your archives. And this is a screenshot of what your reports tab will look like. We are going to go live on this, so we will go a little bit deeper on this, but this is when you pull the reports, this is what you're going to look at when you select that reports tab on the left-hand side. Up in the top right corner, you see where it says create a report. There is a drop down to select the report of your desire for pulling that data. All right, so at this point, like I said, we're going to go live. And I am going to walk you through a couple of these. We're going to show a couple different reports and how to obtain those and what they look like, and we'll go from there. I'm going to type in my username is the entire email address. So here is the welcome screen. Up here, I'm going to click the administration tab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over two different reports. We're going to create a couple reports so you get an idea of how to pull those and what parameters you're putting down for each of these reports. The first one I'm going to do is the KRA domain data report. When you select that, you want to go ahead and select the data collection. So you have a drop-down arrow, and you want to select the Kindergarten Readiness 2019. You would then select your district, and then you can select your location as well if you want to narrow it down. At this point, I only have the one, so I'm going to request the location. You can see this top right corner. The report has been successfully requested. When that pulls up, you will see it here, 1016 at 1019, and you want to select download on the right-hand side. This will then create the report down on the bottom. You want to open that up in your Excel, or it will open up in your Excel. So this was the one I was stating earlier, where the mathematics, the language and literacy, social foundations, and the physical well-being. It gives each student score to each item, possible points, and average score for each one of those. Next report we're going to pull is the Early Learning Progression Report for EMIS. You want to select your data collection. You want to select your start date. And what I always let everybody know, when you're doing this, you want to do the start of the actual fall assessment. So that opening date was August 15th. If you're looking to see up to today, you can select today's date. If you, let's say this is November 21st, you would then select your end date as November 14th, because you want to keep it in those parameters of the actual assessment. Select your district and select your region. At this point, like I don't have the district attached, but generating report, and it does say that it was successfully requested. Learning progression report, same thing. You want to select the download over on the right. Once that pulls up, you'll see the student information, and then you will see the 10 learning progressions and their scores there. The data displays, like I stated, is not available until after the kindergarten readiness window closes, which will be after November 1st. On the left-hand side, you want to select data displays. The data collection will be here after the window closes, and you will be able to visualize and see the charts and the graphs that have been created with the data your teachers entered during the assessment period. The archives. This has a list of the years. So if you were an administrator or just started out, you're not going to have any archives for last year or any previous data tokens. But you see all the different years that the KRA has been going. So for instance, let's just pull, you want to select from the date. So June 30th, 2017 to June 30th, 2018. If I pulled any reports during that period, they would show up here, and it will say archive at the top and have the list of reports. And at this particular user that I have here, the admin helped us, we did not pull any reports. But as you can tell, this is where you are going to see any of the reports that you have, that you had done in the past, that you could always go back and look and do different data analysis with on your own if you like.